Hi there, everyone. Well, it's pretty exciting. The premiere of Alone Season 6 is getting close. We now have 9 days until the premiere date, and there's a lot that I'm not allowed to talk about yet in terms of my time out and all that I experienced out there, and I'm so excited to get to share more about all of that. But before it launches, what I can share is about some of the preparations and some of the gear that I brought to bring with me. So one piece of clothing that I found super essential, that's a really important part of my cold weather gear in general, is this item right here. So we were allowed to bring 2 buffs. So I made this from an old used sweater that I dyed my favorite lovely kind of maroon color, and I sewed it up tight enough to serve as a neck buff, but loose enough so that I could use it for another purpose. So this is, to me, a key piece of winter gear when you're in cold climates. And that is what I call a kidney warmer. So I made it big enough that I could pull it down and wear it essentially like a tall skirt that comes up to just under my ribs and goes down to beneath my butt. So the kidney warmer does so many wonderful things for you. One is that it keeps your core warm, which is super key, and particularly your kidneys, which are kind of closer to the surface than some of your other organs at the small of your back. And a lot of Eastern traditions, like traditional Chinese medicine, really believe that the kidneys are a key source of, or a key center for the qi, for the life energy in your body, and that they're super important to keep warm. And this is also true in Japanese culture. There's actually a garment called a haramaki that's just a tube to wrap around your midsection to keep your kidneys warm. And in Western culture, we often have clothing, even clothing for cold climates, that is pants and a jacket or sweater, and it's really common for there to be a little bit of a gap, especially when you're moving around, bending down, standing up, a gap in your clothes between your pants and your sweater where cold air just rushes in, which is the worst possible place to let that cold air in. So overalls or insulated bibs, those keep that warm too, but usually those are going to be under your jacket and you have to take off your jacket every time you need to pee, which is not something you want to do when you're living outside in sub-zero temperatures, particularly if you don't have quite enough calories to be doing that comfortably. So it's a no-go. So it was really important for me to have a garment like this out there, and this is actually the one that I had out with me. So it covers that gap between your clothing layers. It keeps your kidneys warm. It can be worn as a skirt on top of leggings for when it isn't that cold, and then as it gets colder, it can be tucked inside your clothing to really add that extra layer of warmth. So I wore this a lot, and it was a really key garment for me. So kidney warmer made out of old sweaters, awesome way to go for winter gear. And super excited to have you join me watching my adventures on Alone Season 6. I'll be posting more information about the preparations that I made up until airtime, and then once the show has been aired, then I get to talk in a little bit more detail about all of the things that I experienced and the skills that I brought in for that time. So thanks so much. Enjoy.